Welcome, welcome everybody. Good to see you guys. How you guys doing? Put down the chat. Where you guys coming from? Please turn on your camera. I'm also going live on all the platform here, so you gotta look away. I'm on multiple platform right now. So welcome everybody. Super excited to be here with you guys today and share with you guys my 20 years of experience as an entrepreneur, as investors, everything that I learned, invest over $1 million into myself to be here with you guys. So, and we have helped hundreds of people just like you nationwide. So super excited to be here today. Put down in the chat where you're coming from. What's your biggest why? Good to see everybody. Hi, Karen. Thanks for turning on your camera. Okay. Everybody, please turn on your camera. Al, Cerise, Andy, and all the other people on social media. Fantastic. Good to have you here. I don't take it lightly at all that you are here. I know that all of our time is super valuable, so I'm gonna do my best ability to make it worth your while. I'll do everything in my power to make it worth your while. All I ask for in return is for you to focus. That's all, right? Focus and make it. This is the way that I have found. Might not like out of my 20 years entrepreneurship, I have not find any better ways to make passive income than this. Okay. Um, but what about you guys? What is your dream? What's your goal? Right? What do you want to do? Put down the chat. Okay. Because we are here for you. We are here for you. All right. And oh, and put your credit card away. There's no like there's not a pitch call. There's nothing to pitch. Okay. It's all free value I give to all my literally hundreds of thousands of followers. I'm very grateful for all my followers. I do this to give back value as much as possible, to give you guys the opportunity that I wish I could have had when I first started my entrepreneurship journey about 20 years ago and over invested over $1 million into myself in both my formal education and informal education to be able to get my freedom for the past 8 years and help hundreds of people just like you to get freedom as well. So put down the chat. What's your why? What's your dream? For those just joining us, what's your why? What's your dream? And please turn on your camera. The more you can participate, the more I can help you, right? The more you can, I'll free up your energy, right? The more engaging you are, the more I can give to you. Who in here want to learn what I learned for all the billionaires mentor that I have had? The great opportunity to be a part of, to literally go to their homes, like Sir Richard Branson, play chess with him, or Tony Robbins and jump on his cold plunge or hot plunge. Right? I'm going to share with you as much as I can what I learned for these billionaires. Okay. And you stay to the end, the longer you stay, the better I can share with you, right? I keep the best to the end because I reward people who are committed to their dreams, their goal, and who actually show up, right? And I respect that. So applaud you guys for showing up. Happy 7 in the back, right? For showing up today for you and your family, right? Because at the end, I will give you guys the opportunity for me to analyze your deal, your market, myself. Who in here want me to analyze your market or your deal? And I can tell you if it's a good deal, bad deal within minutes, so you don't have to waste years to figure out or lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. I want you to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, you know, passively, right? So put down the chat. What is your dreams, your goals? Jamison, good to see you. Good to have you. All right. And I see you guys, Cerise, Theodore, Vince. You can turn on your camera, the better way to connect, right? Because we do business with people who we like and trust. Right? It's really hard to like and trust somebody if you don't, if you don't see them, right? So, all right, let's get started here. Let me share my screen here. So yeah, and also what is retire series? Okay, retire. Karen said, having Airbnb would like to know how to get company and insurance. Amen. Absolutely. What is your biggest challenge? Your biggest challenges to get to your financial freedom. Okay. What are some of the biggest challenges to get your financial freedom? All right. Put down the chat. So how I went from a immigrant with absolutely nothing, then to a literally a corporate, one of the top corporate employees. But I found out that it was literally just a trap corporate modern slavery system to get absolute freedom with corporate housing, insurance housing, without the need to own any properties, have any employees, or real estate experience. Imagine to be able to wake up and do whatever it is you want to do, whenever you want to do it with whomever you want to do it with, for however long you want to do it with, right? That is what I call absolute freedom, because there are four types of freedom. There's money freedom, which most doctor and lawyer have, right? They have a lot of money, but they don't have time freedom. Okay. Because money freedom is just like the first level. Okay. Because who cares if you have $1 billion, but you don't have any time, right? For you and your family. Then, is that worth it? No, for me, right? Secondly, is time freedom. So time freedom is, hey, can you take off 3 months or as long as you want, wherever you want, whenever you want? Whoever you are following, whoever is your mentor, ask them that. Can they really look at them? Can they really take off 3 months? You know, and just like, for example, me and my wife book a one-way ticket to Costa Rica. That's how we travel now. And however long we like it, that's how long we stay. So last country was Costa Rica, just beginning of this year. And we love it so much, we stayed there for almost 3 months. And then at the end of that, we heard about Tulum. So we stayed there for 2 weeks in Tulum. And then 2 weeks in Cancun. That's freedom, right? Before that, it was Santorini. Literally last year, the Paris have the Olympics in Paris, and it's only once in 100 years that ever happened, right? So it's like last minute, we're like, why not? Let's go over there and check it out. So we flew to Paris, stay there at like a top five-star hotel overlooking the Eiffel Tower, and watch the opening of the Olympics, the most spectacular fireworks. Spectacular, right? And that is something that money really can't, like, I mean, even if you make a lot of money, you don't have time, you can't do that. That's what I call time freedom. Okay. And then we decided to, hey, let's travel over Europe. Why not? And we did that for like a couple months. We're about to do that again this very soon here, this summer. So that's time freedom. And then there's relationship freedom, which means that you don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want to. Okay. So a lot of entrepreneurs or CEO and all of that, sometimes they have money freedom, they have time freedom, but they don't have relationship freedom, which means that they have to answer to hundreds of their clients all the time. And when their clients call, they have to drop everything and to cater to their client, right? That's what I call relationship freedom. Okay. You don't have to talk to anybody you don't want to. This business allow you to do that. Why? Because we're dealing with companies, okay, not individual. We're dealing with insurance companies, and we have set up systems for my manager that they have to go through, before they ever talk to me. They talk about my manager first. My manager take care of most everything. You see, so that's is what I call relationship freedom. And most of the companies, they don't want to talk to you anyway. They'd rather you just wire you the monthly rent, right? Leave them alone. I love that. Okay. I'd rather spend time with my lovely wife here, who's an amazing, amazing lady, right? Than having to talk to anybody really. Okay. All right. So that's why I talk about when I'm in relationship freedom. And then there's location freedom. On top of it all, like, doesn't anybody want to travel or just be at home or wherever you want to go, right? Anytime, anywhere you don't have to show up anywhere you don't want to, right? That's location freedom. And in my 20 years entrepreneurship business journey, I have not find any business that can give you all these four type of freedom I'm talking about. Okay. Money, time, relationship, and location freedom. This is the only business. Oh, and I got my MBA as well, my master in business. We look at hundreds of different models. I've been in many billionaires' homes. I look at all the models. I haven't find anything that even come close to this. And that's why freedom come responsibility. And that's why when I got my freedom 8 years ago, the first year I just get used to it, right? I'm like, is this really real? Start pinching myself, see if it's real. And then the second year started being real. And then I start, asking God, hey, what is my purpose now? Because my family is taken care of, right? And well taken care of. So what's next? So God really showed me that the purpose now is to help 1 million other families break generational curses and build generational wealth. And that's my legacy now. It's much more than just making a dollar, right? It's building legacy. It's, it's helping students within my community, people just like you, to change their life. So that's my passion now. I don't have to do this, but I do this literally. This coaching is take a lot, like it's full-time. Mentorship is a full-time thing. And if you're not passionate about this, especially if you already made it, you're not gonna last. We've been literally the number one for corporate housing, insurance housing in literally, I don't know anybody else that have done what we've done for this long if you're not passionate about it. Okay. There's a lot of Airbnb coaches I know, right? And this is not just Airbnb, okay? It's not vacation rental. There's a lot of real estate gurus out there with long-term rental. Nothing wrong with that, right? And God bless them. But as far as I know, we're the one that started with the whole corporate housing and insurance housing, like the the OG, as we call it, and the one that has the most influence. So I will do everything in my power to make it worth your while. Stay into the end. I'll give you the blueprint on how you can do it as well. Okay. And for those who just joined during the last 30 minutes of the call, I will give you guys the opportunity to analyze your property, your deal for free for me. Okay. And then at the end, I'll give you a very special exercise meditation, 15 minutes that will really unblock anything out there for you. And imagine like the Matrix. I can help you reframe many things and finally break through to your dream life. Who didn't want to experience that? Okay. So stay to the end and go from there. Okay. So with that being said, put your credit card away. This is not a sales call at all, right? And go ahead and just focus your attention. That's the most important stuff. Okay. All right. So, I invested over $1 million into my mindset and my strategy. Okay. Literally over $1 million. I discovered the one vehicle to help me get absolute financial freedom. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So I learned from the right people and I refuse to give up, whether it's playing chess with Sir Richard Branson at his own island, his own home, or jumping the hot blunts or cold blunts with Tony Robbins, or play poker with Grant Cardone and donate to the winning to his foundation. What I learned for all these billionaires, I want to share with you today. Okay. Now I know most of you guys come in here for the how-to, hey, the tactic, give me the strategy, give me all of that. But that's great. And we're all about that. We're going to give that, show that to you. But 80% of success from what I love from my billionaire mentor is mindset. Okay. Is mindset, right? So if that's not for you, I understand. You're welcome to leave. No hard feelings. Okay. But this, I'm going to share with you a lot of personal stuff here because business is personal. Okay. And without the right mindset, you're not going to succeed. Okay. So if you're already a multi-millionaire, then you don't really, I mean, and you're not willing to grow and learn, then you can leave. Go right ahead. Okay. But I'm gonna share some personal stuff today. All right. And I'm gonna share as much as I can and pour my heart out to help you guys. Okay. So who in here are committed to your goals, your dream, and actually change literally everything and not just the tactic. Learn, give me the tactic, whatever. Okay. Because if you're looking for that, that's only a 1% of the tip of the iceberg. 99% of success is the stuff you don't see on top. Okay. And if you keep on just focus on that, it's not the how, it's the who, it's the what you become in the process. Right. So it's not about me, it's about my community who I've helped. So these two students met within our community, and within 2 months, they got 2 deals and got financial freedom. 2 months. That's it. Right. That's what I'm talking about. So put down the chat, what is your biggest challenges and what's your big dream right now? Who do want to get insurance clients that pay you 3 months upfront, like Sunny? Literally 3 months upfront insurance clients. Okay. Who in here are mom and dad? All right. My heart go out to mom and dads who are actually working, like taking care of their kids and the whole family. Literally have 3 jobs. Like these two moms, they have literally many kids and they have like 3 jobs, right? Managing their full-time work, managing their kids, and managing their husband. Okay. Like how they come to me like how do you do that, Dr. Chau? I was like, just focus, literally focus a few hours a week for 6 months and everything can change for you. And that's what they did. Literally within 2 months, they both hit six-figure income. And now they travel around the world, take care of their family, have freedom the rest of their life. Right. Thundercat. All right. Financial struggle, a lot of responsibility, dream is take care of the family. Absolutely. I hear that. All right. So my goal for this is to show you how to make multiple 6 figures, pretty much passive income beyond Airbnb, beyond VRBO, without the need to even own any properties and without any risk either that nobody else really teaching. Okay. So my story is the immigrant from Vietnam. We come over here, literally we slept on one tiny bedroom, on one mattress, all 4 of us, my mom, my dad, my sister, and I right there. That's how we started in the ghetto of America without any English. So if you know English, you are ahead of me. Okay. So no excuses, right? Without knowing anybody except my uncle who worked at a restaurant. So it's not like we know anybody, right? So that's where we started, right? And what we've been told is what? Go to school, get a good grade. Who have been told that? Become a doctor, lawyer, and you made it, right? So that's what we did. We went to school, sacrificed everything just to know what's going on. And long story short, 8 years of literally struggle, like live off of what? Ramen noodle, dollar menu, live in basement in the freezing cold with like 5 other frat guys, right? For 8 years to become a doctor, got my doctorate in pharmacy, become a pharmacist, got my MBA, master in business, and I went to work. So within my first year, I worked my butt off. I literally like do anything over and above beyond. And I won the Pharmacist of the Year award for the Fortune 1 company. And I thought I made it. I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna take care of you the rest of my life, right? Don't worry about a thing. I got you. Okay. The next thing you know, they sat me down and they give me a 2% raise that doesn't even keep up with inflation. I was like, how am I gonna take care of my family? Right. And then they cut my staff by 30% because they know that I can handle it. And I was like, and I look at my mentor who's been there for 20 years, who's stuck in the same rut, doing the same grind, who's a lot older, got a lot more health issues. And I was like, is this where I'm heading? So look at the mentor that you are at, whoever you're following. Is that where you want to head to? If the answer is no, so many days in a row, you might want to look at something else, right? That's why we're here. Okay. So I was trapped. I thought I made it, right? My mom was diagnosed with cancer on top of everything, and I tried all kind of businesses to take care of her because I promised to take care of her, right? For the sacrifice they did for me to become a doctor. So then I tried everything. Literally did. Anybody try drop shipping before? Okay. E-commerce, multi-level marketing, day trading, franchise, open up your own businesses, multifamily, become a realtor, traditional real estate, all of that. I'm not saying that these don't work. These does work. It's just they are active businesses. They're not, it doesn't really give you passive income. And the chance of you in succeeding in these are slim to none. For example, you know about dropshipping e-commerce, right? Yeah, the concept is great. You make free, like, you make passive income for online and you don't have to see the customer. Have you ever thought that you're only making $10 to maybe $50, a sale? How many of those do you need to make 10K a month? Literally thousands of sell. And with thousands of sell, how many thousands of customer service, right? And then what's going on with the tariff, with everything, you're competing against millions of people in third world country that can undercut you any time of day, right? They get straight from the manufacturer. I was like, that's not the way, right? And then I did all kind of multi-level marketing. Everybody tried that before? Network marketing. You basically call a bunch of family and friends until you have no more family and friends, right? And then you stalk people in the mall or at other places and trying to get them into the pyramid scheme. I was like, I did that for many years. I'm not proud of that. Okay. It was dumb. And if I do it all over again, I wouldn't waste that much time. Okay. The reason why it doesn't work because by the time it trickle down to you, you're only making literally 1, 2, 3% of the profit of the sale. Like my billionaire mentor told me many times, if your profit margin is less than 10, 15%, you're in a very dangerous business. If one thing go wrong, there goes your business, right? That's why 99% of businesses fail within the first 5 years, and then another 90 something percent fail within the next 5 years. Because all the things I'm sharing with you right now. Then day trading, who knew day traded before? You know, swing trading, option, whatever, right? I did that for many years, off and on. I would come to the market, I would make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I thought I'm the bomb, right? I'm I'm like a genius. The next thing you know, I lose it all in within a few days, right? And I was like, what happened? So I went away for a few years, and then I got the bug again, and I, got shiny object syndrome again, and come back and do it again. I would win hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I thought I was a genius, and I'm gonna like be a millionaire, make millions of dollars again. Then I lose it all within a few days. Why? I quickly found out that these trading, we are competing against big, huge hedge funds with hundreds and hundreds of traders, and their one job is to take money out of your pocket, the retail trader. Okay. So even Michael Jordan, can he win playing basketball by himself against a whole team? No, right? So why do you think you and I can, right? So that's why, they call it sheeple, right? Once in a while, they're gonna take away all they let you grow and grow and grow, and then they just take you away, right? So that's not a way to freedom. And even if you win, you, I mean, I know so many people with like hypertension, like stroke, heart attack, because it's a roller coaster, right? It's constant. And you still got to work the market, be in the market literally 8, 10 hours a day to keep up with everything. Is that the way to live? Right? No. Okay. So opening a franchise, restaurant, right? My family is coming from small businesses. Okay. Small businesses, all kinds of small businesses, from nail salon to restaurant to dry cleaner to everything you can think of, right? The challenge with all those businesses is too much overhead, too much overhead. You literally had to put out hundreds of thousands of dollars to $1 million to open a restaurant, open a traditional, business. And then you got to hire a bunch of people and put them like pay over 100K a year in salary or labor. And with everything, cost of goods sold and everything, it's just too much. By the time it trickle down to you, you get less than 10% of profit margin. Okay. Is that is that the way? No. Okay. One shift in the market is gone, right? And then I try multifamily too. Who like, you heard about big deal, commercial deal, big multifamily deal, storage units, all these things. I went to all the seminars, pay all the money, and it's really, really tough to get a deal done. Okay. Really, really tough to get a deal done, right? So become a realtor, traditional real estate too, right? I've done that too. Basically risking your, time with your family, away from family, and work nights and weekends all the time, right? That's not a way to do it. Okay. Who in here are a realtor? Who in here done any of these things? Put down the chat. Okay. Try any of these things. Okay. So I probably opened and failed with like 10 different businesses before I found this one. But how many does it take to really be a millionaire, to really make it? One, right? Just one. So that's why we are here. Okay. So I was frustrated, I was burned out, and I was trapped. Prior to becoming free, I was working 60 plus hours a week. I was lost, I was miserable, and I was rock bottom. But then I met somebody who gave me the epiphany. The epiphany is I don't have to own the property to make money from it. Okay. I could sublease and then scale to freedom. Sublet and scale to freedom. This was like 15 years ago when Airbnb just started. And I was like, what? You know, you can do that. You don't have to own the property to make money from it. Is that crazy? Right? So book a free consultation call with us. That's the only thing, the only offer. I only have 5 spots, 1 hour, one-on-one with me. Who in here want it? First come, first serve, application in the link here. For those watching social media, click on the link in my bio. Okay, once it's gone, it's gone. Okay. So this is my way to give back to the community to help people getting started in this business. So that sounds like you. We can go from there. Nice. All right. The old model is exchange your time for money directly. X amount of 1 hour your life equal X amount of dollars, right? The new model is this. Create an equitable, scalable business model where you do not directly exchange your time for money. You want to earn money while you sleep. Okay. You want to have multiple sources of income. So let me share with you the community that we have. Just a quick one that we jump back into this. Okay. So let me share this with you here. So, boom. Okay. So this is the link to all my testimonial. We got hundreds of them, right? So let me make it happen. Okay. We have literally testimonial out the wazoo. Okay. So if anybody can do it, I'm sure you can as well. Right.
I'm officially leaving my pharmacist career, the job, next month. I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter for open housing.
That is awesome. How much are you making now?
Well, on average, $20,000. Last month was my biggest month. Of course, I grossed up $50,000.
Wow.
First time.
How long did it take you to get there?
9 months now.
How long did it take you to become a pharmacist?
We got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses.
Nice.
And I've made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do everything I can to beat that number.
That's $20K a month. That's
Started 5 months ago, and since then, an average of 1 every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
Right. How much are we making with this?
About 12,000 a month.
1,000 a month. Yeah. So peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's he's glowing. He got money all over his face, man.
I've been doing about 1 a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months.
He's a truck driver, by the way. Truck driver.
Before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking, and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go. And how much profit are you making on that property per month?
I net about $3K a month from that property.
Yeah, you're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man. The tools you provide, people we're around. You teach us so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business, so I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple of weeks. I got the place fixed up. It looked good. The first house, I averaged about $7,000 profit.
A month, by the way.
I really like the program. Everything is good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months. So if I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another 50K or something in my pocket. This is it's good money, easy money. You'll be in some beach somewhere and just getting paid. So that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chau's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our booking. And yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chau knows. We get to be personal friends with him. It's so much like education because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's going to do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chau.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go.
15 years old. Okay, so you got a single mom in the beginning, immigrant, a truck driver, and a 15 years old. If they can do it, can you do it? Okay. If you don't think you can, then you're right. If you think you can, then you're right. Okay. Whatever the thing you can or you can't, you're right. All right. So, all right, let's get back into it. So for those of you who are serious about this, this is welcome, the iPhone. You put it in your name too, so we know who we're talking to. But yeah, the first come, first serve. So 5 spot, 1 hour, literally one-on-one with me. Right? and it's valued usually at $3,000, but I usually do 5 spots free for my community when I do this presentation. Okay, just to help you guys. So don't miss out on your chance on that. And in that, I will go over your current situation, what your biggest challenges, what are your dreams, and what's your gap? What is the bottlenecks to get you from here to where you want to go, right? And how do you get there the fastest, the least riskiest, in a way for you to live a life your dream, right? And then if it's aligned with the community, then I give you an invite. It's an invite only community that we have. Okay. And I like to keep it that way. So we're not looking for anybody, everybody, right? We're looking for 3 things. If it's aligned, number one, you got to be coachable. If you're not coachable, I can't help you. Doesn't matter how much talent you have, okay? How much potential you have, right? The second thing is our community is all positivity, no negativity, right? So if you're not a positive person, I can't help you either. Okay. And then the third thing is, are you a giver and not just a taker? Right. So within our community, we help everybody. We help people to help everybody within the community. And I love our community for that. Okay. So, and that's why, we want to protect the community. And it's an invite only. So I'll give you the free hour consultation as much as I can, right? And then if you're serious and if it's also like be fully transparent, I'm also interviewing you to make sure if it's a good fit for us as well. Okay. If it is, then I can give you an invite to our mastermind, our mentorship. But if it's not, it's all good. Sounds good? Okay. So we are the oldest coaching community for midterm rental corporate housing, period. I've been around the longest, got the most success, and we're very grateful. Oh, thank you, baby. Appreciate it. My lovely little wife give me a beautiful drink. So thank you, baby. That's what freedom is about, right? Work from home or anywhere. And my wife can make me a beautiful, beautiful juice here. Mm, mm, so good. This is priceless right here. Stuff like this, right? Your significant other, your loved one, your spouse, be with you, right? And be able to enjoy the company. I wouldn't put a price tag on that at all, right? I know like Elon Musk is a billionaire, make billions of dollars, but he went through like 5 divorces. So what? I don't want that life. Okay. It's not all about the money. It's about, like I said, the 4 type of freedom: time, money, money, time, and relationship, and location, right? Mm. Anyway, so we are one of the largest nationwide corporate housing network in America. One of the key secret for it to work with us is you can leverage how do we help people even the 15 years old can do this? Is because without our track record, nobody would trust them, right? Like a truck driver, a single mom who have no skill set. Why would anybody do work with them? Because of the track record that you can leverage. Write that down. Leverage other people, properties, track record, relationship, everything. That's how you get to your goal 10 times faster, 10 times easier, 10 times less risk. You got to understand how to leverage. Make sense, guys? And it's not what you know, it's also who you know, right? And who's know you. So all the tactical tutorial, you can just look it up online, blah, blah, you know. Yeah, okay. But then when they ask you, when it comes down to business, they're gonna ask you, hey, I like you guys. I like you, Caleb, Everett, you're looking, look a trustworthy guy. How many of these have you done? You see, without the backing of an actual community, the track record, you're gonna be like, oh, it's my first one, right? Why would somebody give you that multi-million-dollar property or their company business if it's your first one or you don't have that much experience? But that's why the community is so powerful. That's the secret weapon. Okay. I want to share that with you real quick. And then let's talk about the model, the business model. Why do we need this versus the traditional model? So what's the traditional model? You say you put money into the what? The 401k, the IRA, the retirement plan, and 40, 50 years from now, maybe, just maybe, we're still alive and we actually have a lot of money in there and we can actually enjoy our retirement. Okay. Now, does anybody know that this work for anybody? I've been doing this for a long time. Okay. And I ask this every single class. All right. And I haven't got a single answer yes. Just keep that in mind. Okay. So this is built not for you. This model is built for the bank. It's built for hedge funds. Have you ever wondered why they're the one who drive Ferrari, helicopter, eat caviar while you slaving away the job? It's because this model is not built for you. It's built for them. Okay, and it's about time to wake up, right? And even if it work 40, 50 years from now, you can have like $10 million, but who knows if you even will be alive? Who knows if you can even have the health to enjoy it? I'm like, I don't want that. Okay. So what's the answer? The new model is you got to figure out how to create an equitable, scalable business where you do not directly exchange your time for money, guys. Do not exchange your time for money. That's the worst trade in the world. Okay. Salary is even worse because you literally max out. They overwork you, they underpay you. Okay. You want to have commission. You want to have reinvest into your business for years to come. And then what's the holy grail to financial freedom? Put down the chat. What's the holy grail to financial freedom? Anybody have any idea? The holy grail to financial freedom. Yeah, I see you, Thundercat. That's right. He said 401k is a scam. I know, right? Oh, for those watching on my social media, you can book a call with us on the link in my bio. Okay. But what is the holy grail to financial freedom? Is it your house? Is it your job, your degree? What is it? What do you think it is? Okay. The best definition I found that the common thread to all the billionaires that I have been mentored by is they can disagree on anything, but they all have one thing in common that gives them absolute freedom is what I call MSIs, multiple sources of income backed up, not just any income, but got to be backed up by real estate. That's the caveat, backed up by real estate. Okay. Have you ever wondered why the kings and queens in the past, the duke, the royalty, they all have time and just hang out and they don't have to do anything? Because they have passive income from real estate. That's been true, tried and true for thousands of years across all culture. It's the safest, securest way for you to get your wealth and freedom. The challenge is but not a lot of people born with a silver spoon, 10 houses pay off, right? If you do, congratulations, but very rare that will ever happen. So the challenge with real estate is it takes forever for you to buy the house, right? And save up and buy another one, and save up and buy another one. So what's the answer? The answer is you got to understand how to leverage other people's real estate. That's the answer. If you understand how to leverage other people's real estate, the sky's the limit, right? So the hard way is to leverage on your own. When I first started, I was confused about everything, picking the right location, strategy, staff, managing experiences, how to become and mega hosts, right? I actually lost literally hundreds of thousands of dollars and closed out more than 10 of these corporate housing Airbnbs since I first started. So imagine opening up, closing down, opening up, closing down, right? The good news is I can save you from these nightmares. You don't have to repeat what I've done, right? So the smart person learn from their mistakes. The wise person learn from other people's mistakes, right? That's the key. So because I had no mentor, no support group, no help with all the little stuff, that's why it's hard. Even then, I scaled to 20 something of this corporate housing, and the rest is history. Why is this different? The clients stay for months instead of days. That's one of the biggest difference. Okay, so what I tell people all the time is vacation rental is like you go into the river with a fishing pole trying to fish for small fish, and you might get fed for a couple days or two, right? And then you get hungry again, and you got to go out there and fish again. Right? And then you got to do the cleaning, and sometimes you got to clean, sometimes you do the toilet management, all of that. I've done all of that. Over 20 something vacation rental I managed at one point. As this young single guy, and I got burned out within a year. And I was like, that's not the way to freedom. Okay. So I asked myself one critical question. The quality of your question determine the quality of your life. So write this question down. Who is your ideal client? Who is your ideal client? Is your ideal client the long-term renter, mom and pop, who could lose their job tomorrow and then couldn't pay? You can't kick them out, you gotta go through eviction. Or is your ideal client a vacationer who trashed the place, who smoke, drink, or they just want to have a good time, but they bring like 20 people over because it's a family reunion, and then you gotta clean up all the time. Is that really your ideal client? You know? Or would you rather have the corporate companies who book for months at a time, insurance company who book for months at a time, they wire you monthly automatic income, you know, and they have insurance on top of insurance, so that you gotta take care of. And I mean, guess how many evictions I had to deal with during the past 10 years when I focused on corporate clients, not just me, but hundreds of my members in the community. Guess how many evictions? Hundreds of members, hundreds of properties that we've done last 10 years. Okay. Come on, guys. Wake up. Put down the chat. I want to see the chat rolling here. Okay. The more you can put in, the more you can get out of it. All right. So how many evictions do you think we have to deal with? I see other social media up here, but like a few, right? Hundreds of clients. Even if one of them have one eviction, that's literally 100 eviction, right? Exactly. None. Why? Because we're dealing with big companies, and do you think that they will ruin their reputation, right? For something tiny as 50K to them is nothing, right? For rent, no. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. And then you make 2 times the rent while minimize management. You make 2 times the market rent while minimize management. How? Because the companies, let's say you have 4 employees, which one is better? Are you going to rent 4 hotels for your 4 employees or one fully furnished house? Of course, one home, right? It save the company 50 to 70%. And then if you are a family with kids, with dogs, cat, and you're, knock on wood, but your house going through a disaster, fire, flood, hurricane, or just renovation, do you want to stay in a hotel? The tiny little room with no kitchen, with your kids running around with your dogs, peeing and pooping everywhere? No, right? You want to be at home. That's why this business work. And insurance is paying anyway. Corporate is paying anyway. You see? That's why they're able to pay 2 times the market rent. Literally. You know that what kind of opportunity that is? 2 times the market rent. That's huge. Huge for the investor. You know, if they bought the property, it's huge for the property manager. If you want to become a manager, co-hosting, it's huge for the arbitrager, which means you want to sublease, you know, and it's a win-win-win for everybody. The company is happy. They're saving money from the hotel. The employees are happy because they have their own they have more space and they save a lot of money from not eating out, right? And then they have like the company, the culture is way better because now they can work as a team in a project. They see each other in a home every day instead of just living in separate hotel and never see each other. Right? Talk about company culture. And then insurance, housing, family have a home away from home. You see? So we are helping family go through disasters and companies, you know, insurance pay for it. And insurance is like $1 trillion company, literally. Okay. So 10 times less management equal 10 times more freedom. 10 times less management than vacation rental for sure. And just think about it, guys. The average stay, the reason why is the average stay for vacation rental is 3 to 6 days. Every weekend you got to clean again. And if you couldn't find the people who clean it, then you got to clean it. Who need to experience that? You know, you got to clean your own Airbnbs. Okay. That's not something you want to do, right? You didn't sign up for become a business owner to clean toilets, right? The reason why it worked here because the average stay that we have is 3 to 6 months, literally 30 times longer than the average stay for an Airbnb vacation rental. So therefore, your workload is going to be 30 times less. Does that make sense? Because the length of stay is 30 times longer. So you can manage one Airbnb, the same amount of work, you can manage at least 10 over here or more. You see? And then that means you have 10 times more freedom, right? 10 times more freedom. Okay. 10 times less risk and less headaches because you're not a business to consumer. Like, you know, you rent out to long-term renter, who need to have experience with renting out to long-term renter, right? They're great until they lose their job, they have health problems, they can't work, can't pay, go through evictions, a nightmare, right? And that happens a lot nowadays. Okay. So a lot of headaches, a lot of risks. Okay. And vacation rental, of course, you trash the place, drug, alcohol are common, right? This is business to business, right? So B2B, a lot less risks, a lot less headache. You escape a lot of regulations and you have tax exempt. What this means is when I was doing vacation rental, you have to pay hotel tax. 15% of revenue, huge, because it's less than 30 days. Well, I soon figured out if you have stays over 30 days, not really short term, it's called midterm. And therefore, you don't have to pay that hotel tax, which is ridiculous tax. It's huge, right? And then you escape a lot of regulation because with short term, you got to jump through all kind of hoops. Why? Because the hotel lobby don't want you to win. You know, they want to like, that's you're the main competition, right? And hotel got a lot of lobbying power. Okay. But it's different because our stays is 3 to 6 months. So you don't have to jump through so many hoops, right? So that's why we build this whole community for a reason. Now, disclaimer, it is not tax, financial, legal advice. Take it if you will from my opinion. You can do this for a long time. Take it or leave it. This is my experience. Okay. And we have helped hundreds of people just like you. You do it as well. So, all right. So short term, anything less than 30 days, midterm, anything longer than 30 days. Short term, tenants are vacationer, midterm, corporate housing tenant are more professionals. There are a lot of them they are already homeowners. So they already or have good credit, a homeowner, responsible people, right? And then short term, you got to clean it every single weekend. And there's a lot of money, a lot of cost involved. Midterm, way less management. Okay, it could be once every few months, literally. We did the math. If we talk about money, if you want to manage short term, even the supplies and everything is so much. If you're running an Airbnb short term, and then your expenses are like $500 a month more than if you just do corporate housing. I mean, we don't have to imagine every weekend you gotta like new supplies, toilet paper, everything, right? And then you gotta manage that process. I mean, corporate housing guys, insurance housing, they check in 3, 6 months later, I never hear from them. We don't have to replenish auto supplies. I don't have to worry about cleaning all the time, right? And if something broken, guess what? They call my manager. My manager called a professional plumber to fix it, not me. Okay. That's true freedom. Make sense? That's why I love the business. Okay. What is arbitrage? You don't have to own the property to make money from it. You can rent it and then sublease it out and make money. Why is this important? Because how long did it take for you to buy one house? Most of you is like just like me. It literally took me like 3 to 5 years to buy a house, rent out long term. I was making like a few $100 after mortgages and insurance. And I was like, I need 10K a month, so I need 30 house of these rental. How long did it take for me to get one house, remember? 3 to 5 years, traditionally, right? So how long does it take for me to get 30 houses to make 10K a month? 100 years, literally. Okay. You really want to wait 100 years? Do you even have that, right? Now, when I figured out that I could leverage other people's property, I did 2 a month. Literally 2 a month. And I was making, at that time, making like $1,000 a month. Now you can make $2,000 a month. You do the math. 12 months, you got 24 property, making you 50K a month. You got your freedom, rest of your life, right? Even you just hit 10K a month, it's still like at least 50 times, 100 times faster because all you need is pay first month rent, first month deposit, and then furniture. That's it. You don't have to buy down payment. You don't have to rehab it. It's a lot of flexibility. Also, instead of one house that you buy, usually you can do 10 of these arbitrage. So for the same amount of money, do you guys want to do one house or 10 houses? Put down in the chat. It's not a trick question, right? For the same amount of money, you want to do one house or 10 houses? 10, exactly, right? And then you want to be in just one market or you want to be in 10 different markets and test it out. So you diversify your risks. You see? So if you buy a house and if it doesn't work out, you're pretty much screwed. Like it's really hard to get out of, right? To sell the property, pay the taxes, buy another one. How long would that take? You see? If you rent one, if it doesn't work out, hey, here's my 1 month deposit. Here's maybe a month rent. Peace. Move the furniture to the next one. How fast? In a weekend. Make sense? And then now, you have 10 houses. So even if one of them don't work out, you're not screwed, right? You have 9 other one. So you're not making 20,000 a month. You're making 17,000 a month. Is that okay? You see? So that's why we can take somebody with no business experience can grow, literally make 6-figure income within 6 months or less because of these amazing opportunities that I'm presenting to you today. Okay. So this is a financial freedom formula that they don't teach you this in my doctorate or my MBA. So check this out. Month 1, do 1 deal, make 2K a month. Month 2, you do 2 deals, now you get 6K a month. Month 3, you do 2 more deals, now you get 10K a month. In 3 months, you hit 10K a month. That's how much I was making as a doctor when I first graduated. Okay. And it took me 8 years to get there. And 400K in student tuition. You don't have to do any of that. You can literally get there in 3 months. Is that crazy or what? And the best part is you're only working 5 to 10 hours a week here versus any traditional professional job, you got to work 50 hours a week, right? And drive another 10 hours a week to work and to and from work. Okay. Now, if 10K a month is not enough, you do literally the same thing for the next 3 months. Now you hit 20K a month. You have now the goal should get to literally 10 houses at least, making 20K a month. Imagine you making 20K a month 6 months from now, 10, 20K a month, whatever your number is. Put down in the chat. What's your number? What would that do for you and your family? What would that do for you? And now you're only working 4 to 8 hours a week. Imagine that. Okay. You're only working a few hours a week. Right. So how is that possible? Why does that work? Because you're leveraging other people's real estate, other people's knowledge, understanding, relationship, everything. Make sense? And then you stack the cash flow. Cash flow equal freedom. Write that down. Cash flow, not cash. Right? Cash flow. It doesn't matter if you like have a bunch of houses, but you got no cash flow, you're negative. You don't know what you're doing. Right? It's become a liability. Liability take money out of your pocket. Asset put money in your pocket. Okay. So, imagine literally a few months from now, you could be making 10, 20K a month. What would that do for you, your family? What would that do for the pain, the challenge, the grind that you have to do at work? Okay. Our fastest student did 10K a month within 1 month. And she's a mom of 2 little kids working full time. So no excuses, right? Those are the business people. Okay. And then there's have another student did literally 5 within like a month and a half and retire on the beach. Literally, he like, I want to retire. I don't want to just, I want to do this now. Literally a month and a half later, boom, 5 property, make 15K a month. The best part is he moved back home to take care of his mom, who was in Canada, and this home was in Florida. And he was there for 6 months. And he was still rolling in like 20K a month. So anyway, book a free call with us and go from there. Okay. And if you don't, if you don't have a lot of asset, pay attention to what I will share with you in the next little bit here, because I'm going to share with you zero money down formula, where you can collaborate other people's assets, right? Other people's properties with zero money down, by the way, zero money down. Okay. So you don't have to pay rent. Now you make less than the arbitrage model, but you don't have any risk, right? Who didn't want to learn that? Okay. So stay tuned. But right now we're going to talk about the 4-step proprietary system, okay, that we have come up with to help you to simplify this. It's called a FAST method, FAST. F, you find the right location. A, ask to sublease. S, set up to stand out. T, tap into the corporate client. Okay. So how do you guys find the right location? The myth is I don't know where to find a deal, right? There's a know that I know that with short-term rental, you talk with any gurus out there, they're gonna tell you to like sign up 10 different softwares and pay a bunch of money. Okay. I'm here to tell you, if you know what we know, you don't need any of that. Okay. I want to save my students as much money as possible. There's a proprietary system that we have come up with that allows you to find the right location within minutes. Okay. And I'm going to share with you right here live in a little bit here to analyze the property for you. And then how you ask to sublease. Why would any landlord give you the property if you're brand new, right? If you pitch your landlord on your own, what's the first thing they're going to ask? Say, how many of these have you done? if you don't have any track record, why would they give you that $1 million baby home to you? So the key here is you can leverage our track record. You can leverage our network. Literally, you can say from day one, ethically, hey, I'm a part of a nationwide corporate housing network. We have done hundreds of these deals nationwide. Here's our website, here's our partner website. And if you are serious about this, we can do X, Y, and Z for you. We're going to become the best and last tenant you ever have and ever need, right? And then boom, you see the difference? So we have partnered literally on almost every major state, every major city in America, okay? And then the next thing is set up to stand out. How do you set it up so that way you'll probably stand out, right? How do you save a lot of money from the furniture, the setting up too? Okay, you can actually even rent the furniture, but you can actually save a lot of money by just doing what we need to know. Okay, so tap into corporate clients. How you do that? Let me go over that. So the corporate housing formula, the arbitrage formula, first month rent, first month deposit, 5 to 7K. You can buy the furniture or rent the furniture. You charge 2 times the rent plus or minus utilities. On average, you make about 2 to 3K a month. So literally 6 months, you can make your money back. And then 12 months, you double your money. What kind of return do you get on your money right now? Put down the chat, okay? 10%, 15%, 20%. If you Warren Buffett, you make about on average 20 something percent, right? And he's the greatest of all time, a year. Okay. So check this out. If within your first year you double your money, what kind of percent return is that? What kind of percent return is that? If within your first year you double your money. Isn't that 100%? Right? Now, disclaimer, this is not financial legal advice, okay? Just take your leave it. But the numbers tell you the truth here. Okay? The reason why is you want to minimize your risk, minimize your input, and maximize your return. That's the biggest thing I love for all my billionaires mentor is in any deal, they look at the risk first, right? Instead of buying a house and fixing it up, the risk could be hundreds of thousands of dollars and your credit and everything is on the line. Versus here, you rent the place. If it doesn't work out, here's 1 month rent, 1 month deposit, maximum risk 5 to 7K. That's it. They're not going to chase you down to court. Like trust me, been doing this for a long time, right? The last thing they want is an eviction, have to go to court and take 3 to 6 months to get paid mortgage. If you give them their first month rent, first month deposit, you can leave peacefully. Okay. So no risk really. Maximum risk 5 to 7K. Your return is literally 10 times that. So your risk to reward ratio is 10 times the risk. Make sense? So that's the thing when you do a rehab or regular real estate and you put 100K in to make 100K. If you lose 100K. Make sense? Your home right now, if you make a bad investment, you could lose 100K. How many 100K can you lose if you buy a house like that? Right now, not many, maybe 1 or 2, right? But here, and the reward is like the same, but the reward here is 10 times the risk. So you only need to be right 1 out of 10 times to make it here with this strategy. Make sense? Because you literally to get one started about 10K, 15K, but you make 10 times that in the next few years on average that we see our students have. You see? And then co-hosting is the zero money down that I share with you. Now, zero money down. It's called corporate co-hosting. Okay? Corporate co-hosting. Okay? So what is that corporate co-hosting? Right? You don't have to rent the place. You literally talk with a landlord who are frustrated, burnt out, and say, hey, would you like corporate clients, insurance clients? We have connections. If I bring you the corporate clients, is it okay if you pay me 20%? Most of them would say, absolutely, yes. Why not? Right? Collaboration. Makes sense? And this, you don't even have to put any money down. So the landlord, sometimes we also have, we're going to show you how to look for furnished rental as well today. So therefore, you don't even have to furnish it. Now, sometimes you do have to furnish it, but there are ways that you don't, like the landlord willing to do that or communicate in a way that we're willing to do that. Question, if you don't put any money down and you get a return from it, what kind of return on investment is it? Okay. Infinite return, right? Literally infinite return because you're not putting any money down, right? So that's why I love about that business because you literally can scale very quickly. For each property, you make $700 to $1,600 a month. Literally, you can hit 10K a month by doing about like 7 or 8 of these. You do 2 a month, you hit that in 3 to 6 months, right? So who are the corporate clients? They are like, we have insurance clients who family go through a disaster, flood, hurricane, and insurance pay. Literally, the insurance company pay. Okay. We have construction home services company, right? Roofing company, IT company, TV show, entertainment companies, all kind of companies that need temporary stay. Travel medical professional. All right, the easy way, mimic, model, master, and multiply. My one mission is to help 1 million families break generational curses and build generational wealth. Right, that's my one mission now. Right, if you want to be ready to be one of them, I'd love to help you. Okay. All right, 3-phase. First one, market analysis. Find the locations, location, and also what is a good deal versus bad deal. Second phase is how you help close the landlord to scale their business, right? And leverage our network. Third phase is how you get the corporate clients, how you get the insurance clients that we have connection with. So if all this did to give you the freedom to do this the rest of your life, the freedom lifestyle, would it be worth it? For me, absolutely. Okay, if all this did to give you the skill set to earn 6 figures, working a few hours a week, that's it. In the next 6 months, it would be worth it to learn this. I mean, it took me 8 years to learn to become a doctor, to make 10K a month, working 40, 50 hours a week. Imagine your career, how long it take for you to get your degree, land your job or your business, right? Is it worth it if you trade that and get this and get freedom? Of course, for me, right? So anyway, if all this did to give the time to spend with your loved one and live a life of passion and purpose would be worth it. What would you do for your family, your loved one? This is my lovely wife, right? There's nothing we wouldn't do for her. And she 15 years as a nurse, and now I retire her. We travel the world together. I wouldn't trade the time that we have for anything, any amount of money. All right. All right. So book a free call with us, and if you're lucky enough, you can win a one-on-one with me. I literally only have a couple spots left for that. Okay. Or if not, you can also have a couple of my advisor. My time is booked up. So the only way to lose is not to not do anything. Okay. Guarantee. My only guarantee I tell people, if you don't do anything, you're going to be stuck in the same place as you are next year. And you're going to look back with a lot of regrets. And then on your deathbed, do you want to have a life full of adventure and fun? Even though you try and fail, but at least you can say that you try, you done it, you actually did it, even though you were scared. Or you want to tell your grandkids, hey, I thought about it. I was scared. I didn't do anything about it. Don't do what I did. Right? Is that really something you want to tell your kids and grandkids? Okay. So the hallway is on your own, right? If you forget everything that I said about and you want to save up the money, the people can get rich. Hey, check this out. In order for you to make $10,000 a month, literally you want to make $10,000 a month, 100K, you need $2.5 million. Literally $2.5 million. Question, at your current saving rate, how long does it take for you to save $2.5 million? How long will it take for you to save $2.5 million at your current saving rate? Right? You don't have to answer me this out loud. But for me, even at my doctor level, it was like never, right? So think about that, okay? For you to make $10,000 here, all you need is focus. My fastest student did it in 1 month. 4 deals, make her 10K a month. And then she scaled to like 20 something property, making like 40, 50K a month. And the rest is history, right? And then she can retire literally in the 30s, okay? That could be you want, right? So that's what I'm talking about here. Okay. The easy way is just to work part-time here, a few hours a week. Who here want to trade a few hours a week and literally make passive income the rest of their life? The best investment you can make is in yourself. The more you learn, the more you earn. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go into the community here and then get ready. Who in here want have any deals you want me to look at? Any market you want to look at? Start popping in the chat as I play this so you can learn more about the community.
I want to introduce somebody very special, amazing, awesome student who's working 50 hours a week with 2 little kids. It's really blown my mind how working moms can also build a side business that within months able to make 6-figure income. Now she have 20 properties, 20 corporate housing, generating more than doctors make. And also travel, take vacation almost every single month. I'm just so happy and grateful to have her here. Is Coach Ann.
Hi guys, I'm Ann to be correct. I'm actually having 21 properties. It wasn't that I'm taking vacation every month, but actually every week. I wouldn't be able to do all that without doing the corporate housings.
I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time on Instagram because for me, I'm thinking if I'm going to invest, I want to make sure that I invest wisely because I worked hard for my money, right? And so I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time. Our life has just been so much easier with corporate housing. With our one house for the last months, we've spent honestly the entire time 5 hours within these last 5 months. So an hour a month, guys, honestly.
I like the access, having access to Dr. Chau, the coach. I got his phone number. I can call him for anything. You got to make time or get on there. I test his character. And that's what I like about Dr. Chau. He's a real guy. That's why I appreciate Dr. Chau and the program. So.
It has been a learning experience for us because it's a whole new business. We also come from corporate America, college and real estate. All of that was completely new for us. I had a hard time with making the phone calls, but you guys said, it's just important to just go for it and make the calls. And we did. We jumped on it, started making phone calls. And after that, it really only took 2 or 3 phone calls. We got our first property in September. We went to go meet the property owner, and he's like an investor. And when he met us right away, we introduced ourselves, met him in person, shook his hand. Felt like we were family. He never did a background check on us, credit check, nothing. He signed the lease that night. Definitely a blessing. And then we had our house listed within 2 weeks after that. He actually referred us to an investor friend. So our second property that we got, they offered it to us. We listed it on a Wednesday, and by Friday, we had 3 inquiries, and it's booked for 3 months now. This house that we got now, we rented for $1,895. I think with the insurance, we're charging $4,200. 200 per month.
We have faith in this program and we're happy with the coaches. Been really great to us. We're excited to get our third and fourth property by the end of the year, hopefully.
Let's go. Within the first month of joining the program, we had a baby. The next month, we onboarded 3 houses. What is your excuse? Let's get on board.
So last year, Kathy went to our event like this, just sitting in your seat. She had one property where she was struggling with short-term rental, blah, blah, blah. And now fast forward a year now, how many properties you have now? On average, 2K a month for properties, you're making 6-figure income, man, in 1 year.
Right now I have 3 properties.
Awesome. And how much you make average per property per month?
About 3 to 3.5 per property.
It's 3,000 to 3,500 per property. So man, you're killing it. And those 3 properties making almost 10K a month.
Starting last September. I started with nothing, had just enough money to get 1 house. Now I'm at 9 houses. I took 5 houses last October. My gross annual right now per month is about 65,000 a month.
This is one of the best masterminds I've been to. I've formed a lot of great relationships, partnerships, just from this one weekend. Better concepts of how to do this business, what to say, how to do it, who to do it with, who not to do it with.
Thank you, Dr. Chau. Thank you for this event. I felt truly at home. My heart is in peace. I trust. I felt understood. I felt cared for from really all of you. And just, I think this is my community from now on.
I also want to just express gratitude to Dr. Chau, the coaches, the team. Putting on this live event was just life-changing for me. On behalf of my family, I know it's going to do well for us. I'm so excited for the future. Thank you.
There was a point in your life, I am sure, Dr. Chau, that I don't know if you envisioned or where this whole idea came from, but you're absolutely a trailblazer and a pioneer. And it must have taken a whole lot of chutzpah, a lot of courage, a lot of determination, stamina, energy, brilliance. Just deeply grateful that you shared it with a lot of us.
I would be remiss if I didn't offer my gratitude to Dr. Chau and the entire team, actually. It's one thing to hear this through webcasts and through Zoom calls, but to see and be in person and feel the love, the gratitude, the passion is a totally different experience. And I really appreciate it and so happy that I've chosen to come and join at this level.
I've never been to a mastermind that's business oriented, included a spiritual component in it. So that was just a really refreshing. I go to 10X events all the time. I don't think I've skipped one yet in terms of the business summit, but I don't think I'm going to skip one event here.
Yeah, same. I just want to say thank you, Dr. Chau, for the.
Okay. All right. Let's get down to business. So let's look at some views, some market. Where do you want to look at? Raise your chance, guys. So what market do you want me to look at? Or you have any deals, any properties? Put down in the chat. Okay. I'll show you how to look at the market and how to look at the deal, how to find the deal, and maybe also how to close the deal. Anywhere you want to go. Now I'm talking about your market, like a location. Atlanta. All right, let's go. Let's fly to Atlanta right now. All right. Let's go on Google Map. So we call this is our the secret system. It's called the 3 H's: highways, hospitals, and hotel. When highways intersect, where attention flow, money flow, right? 2 highways intersect. That is the best way. The government put out like trillions of dollars literally to build a highway system for a reason, right? That's where all the attention flow, money flow. Write that down. So what are some major highways here? You see 85 hit 75 crossing, boom. Right, 75 hit 285. That's another crossing, boom. 285 crossing 20 right here, boom. Right, 285 loop around and cross another 75 and 85 over here, boom. You see, you want to avoid downtown because a lot of regulations, a lot of politics, right? So go just outside of that, but where all these highway crossings is so important. And then we're going to look for hospitals. So if people put down literally like $1 billion to build this hospital, don't you think they've done their research? Right? Of course they've done their research. You see? And check this out. Look, hospital at 2 highway crossing. hospital system here, two highway, hospital, two highway. You see all these hospital, they are at two highway crossing, right? Now, the other one, the H, hotels. Look, hotel drop 10 million to 100 million to build a hotel. Don't you think they've done their research? Of course they have. Why do you need to do more research? Why you just leverage them, right? Follow the whales, you're going to succeed. So look for clusters. You see all these clusters here? Guess where they at? Two highway crossing. And there's a hospital there too. There's a crossing right here, a bunch of cluster. Look for clusters of hotel where they congregate, right? Cluster here. So these are the market that you should be in. Usually North Atlanta, right here, boom, here, boom, here, boom, here. You see? Right? These are the path of progress. Makes sense? That's where you want to be. Okay? So now you mark the path of progress. You see a cluster here, here. Oh, there's another bonus H. I only share this with my students usually, but I want to reward you guys for staying this late. Like I said, I'm going to reward you guys. So healthy grocery stores. Why? Because healthy grocery store is where people who have money will actually go to, like the Whole Food, the Sprout, right? These cost a lot of money instead of the regular, Walmart, right? So these are usually people who are more sophisticated. So their neighborhood is usually much better, right? So check this out. There's Whole Food right here. There's Whole Food here. There's Sprout here. All of these are more north of Atlanta. You see this? Yeah, I do the research in the whole area. Look, all the healthy food stores are north of Atlanta. That's where it's at, okay? At highway crossing as well. See this highway crossing here? Highway crossing here, right? Okay. You see? So what we look at North Atlanta at highway crossing, where these Whole Food, healthy food, hotel, hospital, boom, you have a really good chance of succeeding, right? Got it? So that what you do, you go to Zillow, you pop in Atlanta, probably Atlanta. Three bedroom, 2.5 bath. Click on allow small dogs, allows cats, because that's why they will pick your home instead of a hotel, because they allow small dogs and allow small cats. Home type, houses instead of apartments or townhouse, because houses is a lot better, entire place. For rent, of course. Zoom in. Now, we're looking for those areas. We hit on remove boundaries. So now you're able to have a lot more properties to look at, right? Oh, and the caveat, like the low-hanging fruit, if you want to like low-hanging fruit, click on furnish. Okay? So these are already furnished housing that you don't even have to do any work except connecting the corporate clients. Now you unclick the furnish, you're gonna have a lot more options. Look how many rentals are there. All you need is literally 5 to make 10K a month, 10 to make 20K a month. All you need is a handful of these rental or landlord willing to partner up with you, right? You don't need that many relationship. I mean, I have a landlord who has me like 10 properties during my, every single few months, he just give me a property off market. You see? So you don't need that many relationship. You want to interview them as much as they interview you. But you see how many are out there, right? Okay. So, and how do you know if it's a good deal or not? You don't want professional management. Property owner is the best. You want to look for property owner. Okay, you want to look for, don't overpay. Like this one, 7,500 a month, that's too much. You know, that's too much, right? You want to look at like, in this market, about 3K, 4K a month. Then you can rent it out to company for 6, 7K a month. You want to look at the average rental. 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. If you can, that'd be best. If not, 3 bedroom, nothing fancy. It's just nice, decent value, right? So, and then if you can find like by property owner, boom, This one's pretty good. This one near Buckhead, it was a fantastic place, of course. It's like, one of the best area, right? So we did the analysis. Oh, single story is much better. Look at this. It's beautiful, right? 5 bedroom, 3 bath, 3,000 square feet, fully furnished. I mean, fully renovated. The floor is beautiful, stainless steel appliances. See, somebody literally put in like 100K to renovate this place that you don't have to, right? The bathroom does look that great, but this has a nice backyard, beautiful trees, right? Great location. Location is the most important. You see, this one you can rent out to company for like 8,000 a month, at least 7 or 6 even, you still make way more than just 3,800. So you do arbitrage, you rent this for 3,800, turn around, rent it to company for 8,000, you're making 3 or 4,000 a month. If you do co-hosting, management, you can say, hey, you are only making 3,800, which barely cover the mortgage. I'm sure they're not making much more profit at all after mortgage insurance. How would you like to quadruple your cash flow and have somebody do all the work for you? Boom. You see? So you can go turn around and help them rent this company for 7, 8,000. You make 20% of that, which is about 1,500 a month. A few of those replace your income, right? And it doesn't take much to management. I'll give you a little secret. They think it take a lot of things to manage because it's short term, quote unquote. But because we're dealing with corporate insurance, it's literally like an hour a month to manage this, to make almost passive income, $1,000 a month or more, right? So boom, I just found you a deal right there. You see? Just like that. How fast is that? And look how many deals are out there. You see? So many. Okay. We got to go to the next market here. Lisa have a property. So let's look at the address first. Now, Lisa, is this a property that you own or yeah, tell me a little bit background. Okay, so this is south of Houston. Okay. So we can look at the area. So highways, okay, that's close to some highways, hospitals. You know, hospital, okay, there's some here, hotels. Okay. Closest is Auburn here. Then there's this area here to the right. Okay. And then healthy grocery store. Okay. Yep. So there's some there too. Okay. So it's definitely in the path of progress. So that's good, right? Location wise, I give it an 8 out of 10, you know. Um, I'm sure it's probably that you own it, right? Yeah. Yeah. So let's look at the more detail of the property itself. Okay. Okay. So take a look. 3,300 square feet, single story. Single story is better because you sometimes you deal with some handicapped people and older people. They don't like stairs, right? So single story is better. So that's good. Nice bathroom. I like that. Very nice furniture. Stainless steel appliances. That's very important. Um, granite countertop. Beautiful kitchen. Love. Okay. Oh, it has a pool. Very nice. Nice pool. Patio furniture. Definitely super needed in the hot Texas sun, right? I used to live in Texas for 10 years. So I know I still have a lot of houses over there. It's a great market. Great. Texas is great. Okay. Atlanta is great too, by the way. Um, but anyway, beautiful land curve uphill. Yeah, it's a beautiful home. Looking at this backyard, ready. Yeah, absolute pool spa and everything, right? Yeah, yeah, definitely you can do it. Yeah, this will be some good ratings here. Beautiful big home, right? NASA, yep. Texas A&M, yep, yep, yep. Fantastic. Yeah. So what's the plan, Lisa? Are you gonna, if it's your home, are you moving out? Or you gonna rent out the whole place, or what's the plan? There you go. Vincent Sugarland. Yeah, we have a few students in Texas as well, right? That's what the power of the community is. There's partnership or collaboration happen all the time because I preach collaboration over competition, right? Yeah, corporate rental, exactly. So this one, you see the estimated rent is like 4,500. Or corporate, you can get, let's say about 8,000, maybe at least 6, 7, you know. It's still way better than 4,000, right? Um, yeah. So, okay, good. I like it. So book a call with me if you haven't ready, and we're gonna go a little bit more deep, a lot more detail on our par, okay? The link in chat to book that. Picking up 2 more co-op rental in the neighborhood. Fantastic. There you go. Yeah, you can find so many of these deals, low-hanging fruit. The main thing is you gotta know what you're talking about, right? Your knowledge, and you gotta have the leverage, the track record that we have. 2, and then third thing is the connection, right? Connection that we have with the corporate clients already. So you don't go and try to reinvent the wheel or waste 10,000. Literally, I spent 10,000 hours on this, and not just me, but my community has spent at least thousands of hours each. So you multiply that by 100, we have spent over like 1 million hours cumulatively of all of our community members for the past 10 years running around. So it's unless you want to spend, that many hours, good luck with that. But otherwise, for me, I don't want to waste my time. I just want to, here's what work, what doesn't, and go forward. Okay. All right, let's look at other market now. So good, I like it. Congrats. Okay, make it happen. Stockbridge, Georgia. Stockbridge, Georgia. Stockbridge, Georgia. Where is it? Is south of Atlanta. Okay, this area. Okay. Okay, there's a few. Hampton Inn, Holiday Inn. Okay. So let's analyze this. There's hospital right there. Okay. So This cluster here, yep. Healthy grocery store. Healthy grocery store. Okay. Yeah, they're good. That's Sprouts. That's a good sign. All right, that's Publix, okay. It's good. Kroger is good too. Okay. Not bad. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Opportunities. Definitely in the path of progress, right? Yeah. You can definitely get some deals out there. Sure. Awesome. Okay. So now you know how to find a deal, what to look for. What do you say? Okay. So let me go to my database here. I have so many material. I don't have the time to go over it all, but I'm going to go over as much as I can for you here the last 15, 20 minutes here that we have. And don't go anywhere because the last 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to guide you through an amazing exercise that will transform your life. Okay. So what he said to landlord? These things. Okay. One, we will take care of your property like it's our own because it's our business. Two, we get professionally clean every few months. We pay for it. You don't even have to worry about it. Three, any repairs under $200 a month, we can even get it fixed ourselves. We're not even going to call you in the middle of the night. Four, our clients are professional people. They have well-established career, right? And they're not going to do anything to lose their job or jeopardize their career. Boom. If you are a landlord and I come to you with all these things that we're going to do for you, are you at least open for a conversation, right? You'd be crazy not to open for a conversation. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's literally a no-brainer. I train my student all the time. Hey, you're not begging them. You're interviewing the landlord to see if they are a good fit for you. It's like a partnership. And you're only looking for a few partner. That's it. You can tell them up front. You're interviewing them, right? Because listen, they will need you, they need you more than you need them. Look how many rental are out there, how many properties you can choose from. If they say no, you say next. There's so many out there, right? They are the one who's stuck with this property that they own that they don't know what to do. So a lot of times they can't rent it out. They have all these nightmare tenants, right? We literally got the best solution for them. You see? So it's a no-brainer. Make sense? So within our community, we have a 7-figure script. We train on this role playing every single week. I coach all my students myself because I'm passionate about this twice a week, 3 times a week, right? And our group chat is active. So that's where we can help you more closely. But those are the jits of what's going on. Let me see if I have so many things I want to go over, but I want to skip a lot because I don't have time here. So yeah, I mean, we have so much material to go over with you guys here. Oh, important. I want to go over. I know a lot of you guys are maybe hurting and don't have a lot of money. So I got to go over the zero money down strategy for people here. Okay. So this is how you do zero money down with this. Zero money down, meaning you do co-hosting or corporate hosting is a better term. Corporate hosting and you basically management for that property, or you become the consultant. Either way. Understanding the profit. Let's say the rent is vacant at 3,000. You can sublease it for 6,000. You make 20% by becoming the consultant or manager. You make 1,200 a month. Minus utility, minus vacancy, net rent to the owner 3,700. Extra cash flow to the owner is 700. So remember, the owner renting it for 3,000. Now you're helping him or her making 700 extra. So remember, regular long-term rental owner only making $300 a month, like a few $100, that's 10%. So now you help them make $1,000 a month, triple their cash flow, guys. You're gonna be their new best friend, right? If you're a homeowner, and if I come to you and say, hey, you know what's the pitch is? Here's the pitch. How would you like to double or triple your cash flow while I do all the work for you? It'd be crazy to at least just say like I'm open-minded, and if they're not, then it's their loss. You see, right? Why? Because we are solving the owner problems, the challenges, adding value to them. What are the biggest challenge? The tenants can squat at the property, right? Eviction take months, a lot of time and money. You know, we have corporate clients, no eviction for the past 10 years with hundreds of properties. You see? Maintaining the properties, the owner got problem with that too, because they usually have to fix it themselves because they don't have the profit to pay for somebody to fix it. When we manage it, right, we actually have double the market rent from corporate clients, insurance clients. So we have the money, we can hire professionals. We can even hire our own internal manager. By the time you get to about 5, 10 properties, I'm going to show you how to hire a manager like I do. And they always just call my manager. They don't even get to me, right? And that's how I'm able to travel reward and be here with you guys and leave a legacy now. You see? It's all about systems and team, right? Okay. So you got to understand this though, to explain it to them, right? And not only to explain it, but how you communicate, how you close the deal, right? How you close the deal, right? So the furniture, you can either rent it or the landlord have the furniture, or if you're with us, we have way to get furniture, good furniture for half the price, right? So you saving the landlord a lot of money, okay? So, and for a lot of landlords, they already have the furniture. Those are low-hanging fruit that I can show you how to find. And it's like an easy solution for them, right? So book a free call with us if you haven't already, okay? And we can go into a lot more details. For those you watching online, on my social media, you can send us a DM or click on the link in my bio and apply for the literally one-on-one consult with me. And if you qualify, then I look forward to talk with you one-on-one. If not, one of my advisor can give you some of their time. But right now, let's do something very special, which is an exercise that changed my life, and I want to share this with you. Okay. So everybody put a hand on your heart. Deep breath. Deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Okay. Deep breath. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Now relax. Relax. One more time. Deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, imagine you have two paths to make. One path is the blue pill, where you forget everything I just shared with you and go back to the life that you've been living. Imagine what would that mean for you. Imagine a year from now looking back and you still live a life of what I call quiet desperation. You know you meant for more, but you settle for this, whatever it is that you got. Okay. Nothing changed unless you changed. And you decided not to do anything about it. And it's been a year, 2027 now. And you're looking back and I was like, oh, I wish I would have, could have. You're stuck in the same old rut. Okay. Still doing the same old grind. You got a year older, more health issues, knock on wood. But go with me here. I know it's uncomfortable, but it's better to do it in your imagination than in your real life. Okay, because I've seen so many of my followers that procrastinate, making excuses. Okay, not making things happen, and next thing you know, they have health issue. They lose their job, they lose their house, they lose everything. Don't let that be you. That's why I'm doing this. So imagine 5 years from now, and you have done absolutely nothing. You keep on making the same excuses. Say, hey, I gotta wait for my duck in the row. I gotta wait for the kids get out of school. I gotta wait for this or that. You know, just maybe next month I start. Next day, and maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. Tomorrow never come. It's tomorrow that thing exists. All you got today. Okay. But just imagine 5 years from now. You're stuck in the same job, the same rut, paycheck to paycheck, whatever your problem, whatever your challenge is, you're stuck in the same thing. And you look at the disappointment in your loved one, the promises that you have broken, you never kept with them. How do you feel? Okay. Imagine 10 years from now, same issues, right? How do you feel? What challenges do you come up with now with your health? You're getting 10 years older, right? Knock on wood, but if you have something happen, what will happen to your family? You lose your job. AI is taking over the economy, right? What will happen to you? If you only have one source of income right now, and if it's your job or your business, and you only have one source, that's a very dangerous place to be, right? Because anything can happen. You can lose your, company can change. AI is taking over everything except for real estate, okay? Because AI cannot replace where you and I be sleeping tonight. Everybody need a place to sleep. You get that? But most jobs will be replaced by AI, unfortunately. Even doctor and lawyer are not immune, right? So what are you doing to be a multiple source of income so it's not all depending on your job? Okay. Now imagine you're on your deathbed and you didn't do anything about what you need to do. And you're broke. People don't want to be around you because you literally don't have nothing to offer them. Okay. And what are you going to tell your kids and grandkids? Hey, I left you guys a bunch of debt. Good luck. But don't do what I did. Right? Is that what you really want to do? And you regret? Oh, I wish I could pull back time back to that day when I had the amazing opportunity and I just passed it again. Okay. I let my fear and insecurities got to me again. I didn't do nothing about it. How do you feel? Imagine that. It's painful, I know. But you don't go there, how are you going to face your fear? Right? Go there now while you can. Experience this. You don't do that. Right? Imagine look yourself in the mirror 30, 40 years from now and know that you have gave up on your dreams. You gave up on your life and your family dreams. And you keep on BSing yourself every single day. Saying, oh, it's okay. It's okay. This is the way it is. I really try, this faith, some bullshit excuses that you make up. Is that who you want to be an example with for your kids, for your grandkids? If it is, it's up to you. It's your choice. Okay. How do you feel? What kind of pain do you see when you see your kids' disappointment, when they couldn't get what they need because you failed? All right. When your spouse, have to go back to work or have to work 2, 3 jobs because you couldn't afford to take care of them. How do you feel? When you got sick and because you don't have the passive income, you still had to go to work and just pray that things get better. Okay. But then God did send you many, many saving grace, but you didn't take it. All right. Really embrace this pain and disappointment and vow you're never gonna do this again. You're gonna kill that individual, that little punk inside of us, there's a little punk that always making excuses and procrastinate. You gotta literally destroy that man or not even a boy, not even a man or boy, or that girl. Right? We're making excuses, procrastinate, lying to themselves, and rebuild yourself. Are you ready to do that? Okay. You are here for a reason. I don't believe coincidences. You and I cross paths for a reason. I'm a Christian. Whether you believe God or not is up to you, but I do. And our communities do. Anyway, check this off right now. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Put your hand in your heart again. Now deep breath. Shake it off, shake it off. Okay. Now we can take the red pill. See how far this rabbit hole can go. Deep breath. Breathe out. Shake it off again. Release all that negative energy. Now let's welcome positivity. Imagine you take the red pill and you actually step up and take that leap of faith and actually get the right mentor, whether it's us or somebody, it doesn't matter. You got to get the right mentor, the right community for you. But do something about where you're at. Okay. So imagine you get the right mentor, the right community, and you partner up with the amazing community and do this corporate housing. Right. And now within 3 months, 6 months, you hit 10K a month, 20K a month, whatever your number, put it in there. How do you feel now? That actually make your dream come true. Actually make passive income from multiple sources of income, from multiple houses. All right. And you're able to retire literally this year, by the end of the year. Or retire your wife or your parents. Hey, Merry Christmas. I retire you, babe. Let's go to Fiji. Or let's go to what's your dream destination, Europe. How long you want to stay? However long you want. Imagine that. All right. Hawaii, Asia, wherever you want to go. Where you want to go, Africa, right? Imagine taking them all expenses paid, 5-star everything, right? Imagine you're taking your kids travel over the world. They don't just learn from history books. They actually experience life. Imagine retire your parents, have the maid, the cook, a house, pay off for them, or just take care of their mortgages. How do you feel? Imagine them smiling and looking at you with tears in their eyes at this beautiful resort on vacation, paradise, thanking you. Thank you for changing my life. Thank you for all that hard work that you've done. Thank you for taking that leap of faith. Thank you for your courage. It's not just what you get, it's who you become in the process. Feel the respect of your loved one, right? Feel the respect from yourself to yourself that you made it happen. You have the power. So name this leader inside of you. All of us have them. Have this leader, this massive can do, will do person. What's the name? If you don't have it, name it. The badass inside of you, right? It could be Wonder Woman, Superwoman. It doesn't matter whether you feel good. Iron, Gladiator, Champion. Name it. Imagine at a time where you succeeded. You're top of your game, on top of the world. Go back to that time right now. Imagine you're on top of the world at the most successful moment of your life. Go back there and feel that energy again and carry that energy onto this venture. That you can do anything you put your mind to, right? Have you done some impossible thing in the past that people say it's impossible? Or people, even close friends and family, say you crazy and they dismiss you and you made it happen, right? You are here because you are a leader. You are a survivor, right? You did make it happen. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here today. Embrace that. Say, I am premium. I am a son and daughter of the living God, and everything belongs to the Father, belongs to me. So that I truly believe that we're all created equal in the eyes of God, right? So if everything belongs to the Father, who's King of Kings, and if even sinners can be billionaires, why can't you make a few $100,000 a year passively? Is that too much to ask? Or is it the belief into yourself that's not enough? Right? So embrace that. What if this could be you? What if all my hundreds of my testimonial could be you? Why not you? And why not now? If even a 15 years old, you can see and have done it. Even an immigrant single mom can do it. A truck driver. Right? We have doctor, lawyer. It doesn't matter where you're from, what nationality, what color, background, it doesn't matter. If they can do it, and we've done hundreds of them, why couldn't you? And why not now? What are you waiting for? When would now be the best time? Right? The past is the past. Tomorrow is not really real. It doesn't really exist. All the time we have is really now. Right? So imagine you put on your, whatever you want to call it. For me, is like a superhero armor, cape, right? The armor of God, from the helmet of salvation to the breastplate of righteousness, to the belt of truth, to the gauntlet of peace, to the shield of faith, to the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. I put on my full armor and I go out there and I battle the demons, my own demons, not everybody else, my own demons, every single day. And I help my whole community battle their demons, break generational curses, and build generational wealth once and for all, and change generations to come. Imagine you do that for your generation, for your kids, for your family. Imagine you set it up where you have 10 houses making you 20K a month, 30, 40K a month, scale from there, build it into a trust fund, spit that out, every single passive income. So therefore your daughter and your son don't have to do what they don't want to do for the money. They can say no and have dignity, have respect, because you have figured this out a long time ago. Imagine 10 years from now, 20 years from now, right? You're able to create an amazing wedding for your daughter, walking her down the aisle. All expenses paid by you. And your son too. Why not? How you feel? All right? And now they are set. And they have passive income. And not only that, you pass on the knowledge to them to grow their business. What if they can have 10 houses and make six figures themselves and be a part of this great community. Right now, you sure you invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into your children education. Why not have them be a part of the greatest community? And I actually, something I forgot to tell you, like we actually give scholarship to all your children and family. Once you're in, the whole family can be in, because I love helping kids. That's why I helped at 15 years old. And he make more than what his mom make. And now he retired his mom. It's incredible, right? 15. You see? What if that's your kid or your grandkids? And imagine now on your deathbed and looking back at this day, fateful day, March 31st, 2026. And you had this opportunity with this amazing community and this crazy guy who named Dr. Chau. You actually made it happen. And you felt the fear and you did it anyway. And that is what make all the difference. Is you felt the fear and you had the courage to do it anyway. Right? And you actually made it happen. You followed through. Your family is now set the rest of their life. And now you can live to tell the stories for your grandkids. And because of what you do today echoes in eternity, your grandkids and their grandkids and their grandkids can tell your story of my great-great-grandpa did this. Now they live in a mansion. Now they're impacting the world. Now they, feeding nonprofits in Africa. Imagine that's your legacy. How do you feel? Whatever it is that you want, put that dream right now, feeling as if it's already happened, whatever it is. Or you just want to just rest, relax at home, do nothing, retire because you deserve it, because you work hard your life, and now just focus for the next 3 to 6 months and build this, and then travel around the world, whatever you want to do. Or just go and, write your books that you've been talking about, sing your song, write your music, do your painting that you've been dreaming about. Whatever it is for you. With cash flow equal freedom. Imagine you have the cash flow. You have 10 houses, make you 20, 30K a month. There's nothing really you need now, except your mindset and the right continuous improvement, right? Focus on your growth, your contribution, and life will be happy. Okay? So with that, let's count down and celebrate your new life, new you right now. So everybody put the fist in, count down 10 to 1, and then we're going to celebrate the roof off of this. You ready? Go, come with me. 10, 9, 8. You actually make it happen. 9 in premium. 7, you make 10, 20K a month. Passive income. 6, you help your kids to do this. 5, you actually help your grandkids to do this. 4, you build a nonprofit, right? But fund the foundation. 3, you're making it happen. 2, you write your books, you leave a legacy. 1, celebrate, celebrate. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Awesome. Great job, guys. Great job, guys. Super grateful to be with you guys. Okay. For those who booked a call with us, come and look forward to help you guys every step of the way. For those on social media, you want to book a call, send us a message or click the link on my bio, and I look forward to help you every step of the way. God bless you guys. I pray that you guys make the right decision for you and your family. Take care. God bless. And I have a special guest here. It's my beautiful baby boy. There you go. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care, okay? Bye. Bye. Much love.